The masterclass to become a part of a top 1% PMs. Today we are going to decode the art of product management. I will take you from product ideation to execution and help you manage the product development lifecycle. I am going to take a simple case study which is designed by me for a product named Instacart by Instagram. We'll talk about it in the next session. But before we proceed, let's try to understand what to expect from this masterclass. First is how to build product features from scratch, from ideation to execution. Second, how to manage stakeholders. As a product manager, you are going to stand at a cross section of different teams. So be it your QAs, designers, analysts, business teams, you are going to manage them all. So I will help you with that. Third, how to write product requirement documentations. There are going to be n number of templates which you can choose and pick from, but I will help you with the easiest one which I try. Fourth, how to design wireframes and understand UI UX. Wireframe, it is a design, a low fidelity design, which is used by product managers to put their ideas onto the paper at a very initial stage of any product feature development. Fifth, how to design high fidelity designs using Figma. Once you have created your wireframes, you have put your ideas. Now the next step would be to create a high fidelity design using those wireframes as an idea, using a right tool, for example Figma, which development team coders will use it as a reference to build that product feature. Okay. And sixth, how to hand over a project for execution and track the deliverables in product development lifecycle. For example, if you have, let's say, build a feature A and you have to execute or release it on the Play Store, and now it is being used by different users across, let's say, India, and now you have to track the deliverables. For example, what was the objective behind that product feature. Okay, so tracking deliverables will help you either create or build incremental features over and above what you have already created, or improve the existing ones. Okay. Seventh, I am going to help you understand the project management 101, be it your agile methodologies, scrums, sprints, etc. If you are an aspiring product manager, this will help you understand what goes beyond the product manager's life, a day-to-day life of a product manager basically. Okay. So we are going to use the tools like Jira, Figma, Confluence, Excalidraw and Raw.io. There are n number of tools a product manager might use when they're working with any company. Okay, so it is completely dependent on the product manager or the company, the sort of tools they use. Before we proceed, let me take a pause and introduce myself. I am Prashik Chitkesiwar. I have 6+ years of product management experience in companies like Gig India, which is now PhonePe, Imbibe, which is Reliance's only a tech company, Olive, formerly Smartcoin, which is into lending, and InnoStud Beyond Classroom, which was my own venture back then in 2018-19. Everything you're going to study today or learn or experience is under the banner Prodomaniacs. Prodomaniacs is a platform, a community platform for product managers by product manager. Okay, so before we proceed, let's try to understand and decode the art of product management. Okay, for any product manager, these are the 6 steps they should follow to manage a product. For example, if you want to create any product, for example, if you want to build any product feature, these are the steps which every product manager will follow. This is a standard process. Okay, so by following these segmented steps, product managers can do an effective product management that addresses user needs and align with business objectives. As a product manager, your job is not just to build features. You don't want to be a feature factory. So you will also have to align the business objectives. For example, if you want to create a feature called A, with that A, what will be the impact on the business, right? For example, let's say I want to build a feature wherein people can come onto my mobile application and pay via API. So how is it really going to impact the business? The business objective would be that I want to do n number of transaction per user per month, so that my users are addictive to coming to my platform for paying the bills. Okay, so there could be, this is a very subjective matter, but we'll take it slowly. Okay, for example, now we are going to start with our case study, and for that case study I have a 6 steps process which we need to follow. Okay, so the first would be the research and analysis. Research analysis you will have to do when you are trying to build a feature. For that you need a strong research. Okay, so you will have to conduct user research to understand user needs and preferences. What does user really need? That's why product managers are, to understand the product requirements, and who better than the users can tell you about what they really want. Okay, so first is you can conduct a user research to understand the user need and preferences. Second way would be analyze the competitors' products to identify strengths, weakness and opportunities. For example, as a product manager, you might not really know what are your next steps. You know the problem statement, you have done your user research, but you need some inspiration, for example. Okay, so you need to do a competitors analysis, with which you will be able to understand what other competitors are actually trying to build. Okay, which might solve your problem statement. So this will help you understand the strengths, weaknesses and the opportunities which are available in the market for a product manager to build. Okay, and third would be to review the existing product. Okay, the product which you already have in your company, you have to review the existing product, gather the insights into user behavior and preferences. Okay, for example, if you are trying to build a feature and it has to be an incremental feature over and above which already exists. Okay, so how would you do that? You need to understand the existing feature, how it is performing, what are the pain points and why the users are not actually using it. Okay, why the funnel is dropped. So you will have to review the existing product data to gather insights into user behavior and preferences. Okay, once everything is done, you have done your research and analysis, then you would jump onto the second step, which is defining a problem statement. Okay, define a clear problem statement based on insights gathered from research and analysis. Okay, so now that you have done your user research, you have analyzed the current and existing data. Now you should be able to define the problem statement clearly, because this is what you are going to communicate with different stakeholders in your company. Okay, and you will also have to align it with your business objectives. Okay, so defining a clear problem statement is very important. Once you have defined, you also have to identify the key pain points and areas of improvements. You can't just go with that I will solve everything. You have to identify the key pain points for your users, and you have to then narrow it down to areas of improvements that a new product feature should address. Okay, so first is research and analysis, second define the problem statement which you are going to address, and third, now you jump onto the solution. Don't jump onto the solutions right away without understanding the problem statement, without understanding the research, without understanding your data. Do not jump onto any solution. Okay, so third would be building a solution, be it could be a product in itself, it could be a product feature, but it will be a solution to your user's problem. Okay, so first is develop a solution that addresses the identified problem statement and align with user needs. Okay, so when you are building a solution, it should align with the user needs which you have identified in the research, right? So it should align, it should not digress from the point that it is, so it should not digress from the point from the problem statement which was already identified. Okay, so you will have to develop a solution which aligns with the user needs and the business objectives maybe. And second would be brainstorm the potential features and functionalities to include in the wireframe. So now we are coming down to the wireframe, because as you have now built a solution, you have understood the problem statement, now you are going to put your ideas into a wireframe onto the paper. Okay, so you will have to brainstorm on potential features. Because you will have to iterate. You can't just say that I am going to build this feature and it is going to go live and boom. No. So you will have to brainstorm on the potential features which might solve the user needs. So let's say you make 3 iterations of it, and either of this would help solve the problem statement. So you might have to run the A/B testing and understand which of these features are actually working, which are aligned to the same problem statement. Okay, so brainstorm on the potential features and the functionalities to include in the wireframes, because wireframes are the low fidelity diagrams which will help you ideate and iterate with the design team, which are then going to convert your wireframes into high fidelity diagrams, right? High fidelity designs, which your coders are actually going to use to develop that product. Then comes the 4th point, where is you will have to write a feature specification. Okay, so now that we are going to do a case study, be it a product in itself or a feature, you will always have to write a feature specification or a product requirement documentation. So you will have to write a detailed feature specification for design, development, data and business teams, because these are the teams which you are going to work with as a product manager. And if your specifications are not clear to either of these teams, they will create a nuisance. So there will be a problem in understanding what you as a product manager is trying to achieve. So you will have to create a feature specification in a simpler words, which will help everyone understand what you are trying to achieve. Okay, and you will effectively have to communicate feature requirements and objectives for team alignment. Okay, so you will have to bring everyone to the table and tell them, boss, this is what I am trying to build, and this is how it is going to impact the business objectives, and this is how I'm going to solve the user needs. So your feature specifications should have an inclusion of these things. Okay, 5th will be the visualization part. Now that everyone is there, everyone has understood what is required, they might also give you a few inputs, and you might again iterate on your feature specification. You might do another round of a research, you might go and look at some other data and again come up with a final solution, and again iterate the process until everyone is aligned and you don't have anything more to add. Okay, now comes the part where you will have to visualize your product feature. So for that, you will first have to create a flow chart. Create a flow chart to visualize the user journey and interaction paths within the product. Okay, for example, user journey is made up of 10 steps. So you will have to create a flow chart which from step 1 to step 10 explains everything what user might do across a user journey. Okay, this will help you have a clear vision on what you are trying to build, which step is really going to impact, at what stage you are creating that feature impact. Okay, so this flowchart is just a gist of what you are trying to achieve with the product feature. Okay, second will be develop low fidelity wireframes to outline the basic layout and the structure of the product. Okay, so this is nothing but you will have, like, you can take a pen and a paper and make your low fidelity wireframes, or to use other tools like Draw, wherein you can draw a basic wireframe, just black and white pen and paper sort of a thing, which just lays out a basic structure of your product feature. Okay, nothing fancy. Here there is no Figma involved. If you want, you can of course use Figma, but I would suggest to take pen and paper, try to ideate, put your thoughts onto the paper, and then take it to the Draw or any other tool for which you are comfortable, wherein you can convey this product feature requirements clearly to the design team. But if you are good with Figma, then you can directly go and try your hands on. Okay, so once you iterate with the design team, they will help you with the user experience, the UI part of it, and they will try to give you few inputs, and based on that you refine your wireframes into high fidelity designs with visuals and detail interaction. Okay, we'll talk more about wireframing and the things related to wireframe which a product manager would need to take into consideration in the coming section. But the visualization step is very important because this is your product, this is where your product is coming alive. Okay, coming to the last step, sixth is the communication and the collation. Okay, now that you have everything ready with you, you will have to collate all research findings, problem definitions, your solution ideas and feature specification. You will have to collate everything. You have to document everything, because if you keep it verbal, it is not going to help anyone. Okay, so I will help you understand how to really document your product requirements. Okay, so we'll use Confluence, which is a free tool with Jira, wherein you can put your documentation for everyone's consumption. Okay, second would be to communicate these wireframes effectively to the stakeholders, design teams, development teams, right? So everyone who is involved or will be impacted with this product feature, you will have to communicate. For example, you can write an email, create a channel or a group wherein you communicate that this is what I'm going to start with, this is where I am, and this is what I'm trying to build. Okay, and this is how it is going to impact. So you help everyone know that what you're trying to achieve. So this is the communication is a big part of a product management, because as a product manager you are going to impact the user funnel, right? User flow. So it is going, of course it is going to impact the business as well. So keeping everyone informed will also help you get more insights, maybe few suggestions which will enhance your product, right? So communication is the key, and you will have to collate everything, document everything, so that it is clearer for everyone at an initial stage. Okay, so this is how a 6-step process would look like for a product manager while they are managing a product feature development. First is research and analysis, second is defining a problem statement, third is building a solution, fourth is writing a feature specification documentation, fifth is visualization of your wireframes or high fidelity design, and sixth will be the communication and the collation of everything which you have discussed, which you have thought of about your product. Okay, so this is one part. Now coming down to the case study which we are trying to do. So let's define a problem statement and try to understand the user's perspective. So this is all a hypothesis which is taken by me. So Instacart by Instagram, it is a product feature which I want as a Instagram product manager, because I have got few inputs from the users that they want this X feature. Okay, so as a user, this is a story. Basically every product manager has to write a story before they start any sort of a work. So the story is, as a user I should be able to explore different products from various brands so that I can understand product better and make purchases if required. So this is a story. Okay, so this is a user story which we call. So the format is, as a user I should be so that. Okay, so as a user, what I'm saying, I should be able to explore different product from various brands so that I can understand product better and make purchase if required, right? So the first part of would be research and analysis. As we have already discussed the first 3 pointers, what after doing a user research, I would get an insight of what user is really thinking of. Okay, so here if you see user needs and preferences, user express frustration with inability to explore products from various brands on Instagram without following them or making purchases directly onto the platform. As you know, Instagram runs a lot of ads, right, from brands, but there is a frustration in the users community that they're not able to explore products from various brands on Instagram without following them, because if only the ads are popped up, they will not be able to explore the product. For example, if you go to Myntra, you'll be able to explore any product without any ads, for example, right? But on Instagram, if they are showing me one ad, then only I will be able to explore that product. Otherwise, I will not be able to get more information on that product because no one ran the ad on that, right? So user expresses frustration with inability to explore the product from various brands on Instagram without following them, because you need to follow them to know or get updates from that, right? So this is the frustration of the user. Second is there is no strong desire for a feature that centralizes product exploration and enables seamless purchasing within the Instagram. So user is saying that there is no product exploration first of all, and second, there is no seamless purchasing feature within Instagram. For example, if I want to buy any sneaker and if you're showing me the ad, there is no feature through which I can directly go and buy the sneaker, right? So this is what we are trying to get from the user research. These are the insights which are being shared to us. Now, there could be plenty of other user insights which you will get, but just for this case study, I am limiting this number of insights from the users, and this is all hypothesis, right? Second would be when you're going to do a competitor analysis, then you, as I said, you are going to figure out the strengths, weakness, and the opportunities, right? So if you look at the strength, Instagram's unique position as a social media platform allows it to leverage its large user base for potential e-commerce features. Okay, so this is the strength, right? Existing search functionality provides some degree of product discovery, albeit limited to keywords and account metadata, right? So if you're going to search on Instagram, it is only with the keywords, or maybe that account might have some metadata in their description or in their bio. With that only, if you are going to search about that product. So discovering a product, for example, if I just put sneakers, I might not find a sneaker brand because they did not mention anything about sneaker in their username or in the metadata of that account, for example, their bio, right? So there is a limitation to it, but there is some extent that because of the hashtags or maybe the products or the engagement of users to that brand account, there will be a discovery of that product. Okay, so there is some sort of a limitation, but it has a large user base. So these are, let's say, two strengths of Instagram. Coming down to the weaknesses, there is lack of dedicated e-commerce features within Instagram, limits users and hinders potential for seamless product exploration and purchasing. So this is a problem statement, and which this is a weakness, because considering the user base, there is people say with the data that 70 to 80% of the users, Instagram users, they tend to come to Instagram to explore the product, okay, of any brand. So that is, Instagram is so powerful in terms of the discovery, but user need to know what to actually find. Okay, so the discovery part is of course limited, but even after discovering, it lacks the e-commerce feature that you can't directly buy just like Amazon or Flipkart. Okay. Second is user may face difficulty in finding products if relevant keywords are not present in the account metadata, as I said. So this is a weakness, right? Considering this opportunities, there is a significant opportunity for Instagram to enhance its platform with e-commerce capabilities, capitalizing on the growing trend of online product discovery and validation. Because if the user comes to Instagram, they come to validate if the product really exists or not, right? So you need to capitalize on that growing trend that users are coming to platform for discovery. Why not convert those users to also buy a product if given a chance to the user to buy the product via Instagram itself. So for that we are going to build an e-commerce feature within Instagram named Instacart, which will help Instagram user to buy a product. Okay. And you can also do a product data review, insights into user behavior and preferences. So for example, let's say research indicates that substantial portion of the users, particularly Gen Z and millennials, turn to Instagram for product discovery and brand validation, which I already mentioned. Second is approximately 80% of the users explore products on Instagram before making purchase decisions, right? You yourself can maybe relate to this, that we ourselves go to Instagram and try to search for that brand or any product, right? So highlighting the platform's influence in the consumer decision making process. Okay. Third would be Instagram boosts the highest user engagement among social media platforms. Okay, the highest engagement, indicating a strong potential for e-commerce integration to further enhance user experience and drive business growth. Okay, so this is a step 1 research and analysis which, let's say, a product manager would do. Okay, and this is completely my hypothesis, wherein I am trying to figure out a product feature by doing research and analysis and limiting my pointers under every section, considering that I cover the other aspects of product management as well, right? So this is step 1, where you have done your research and analysis, you have figured out the user insights, then you have done the competitive analysis, then you have also understood the product data, the Instagram's data, like to understand the engagement. Let's say how many people are actually discovering the product before they make any purchase, right? What is the user segment, Gen Z or millennials? So there could be n number of things which you can do for your research and analysis. Okay. Let's jump on to the second section, that is defining a problem statement. So as you have now understood that what we are trying to build is, we want an e-commerce platform within Instagram and we want the product discovery to be easy for Instagram user. Okay, this is for users. Okay, and how this will also help the brands, because brands are putting a lot of money into Instagram ads and only 1% is the industry wide conversion rate on Instagram. Okay, so this will also help brands to sort of leverage their coverage of brand on Instagram and the amount of money they are trying to spend on Instagram ads. This feature might help get more conversions. So this is a baseline hypothesis. Okay, so let's define a problem statement. Okay, as we have said, define a clear problem statement based on insights gathered from the research and analysis. And second is identify key pain points and areas of improvements that wireframes should address. So in the coming section, we are going to do the wireframes as well. So considering what problem statements are, so first is the user perspective. Let's say, so there is we are going to divide it into problem and solution, because now we are defining a problem statement, right? So first is user perspective. So problem is user face limitation in exploring products and brands on Instagram with the inability to make purchases directly on the platform. Even if the products are discovered, users can only save them without further action, right? So if you like any product, you go and save it, and then you again come and look into your saved items and get to know more about the product, and then you make your purchase, right? So we are saying introduce e-commerce functionality within Instagram while preserving its essence, enabling users to seamlessly explore, discover, purchase products without leaving the platform. This is the solution which you are trying to put, right? Second would be to also understand what is the business perspective at. So problem is business investing heavily in Instagram, either organically or through ads, struggle with low conversion rates, leading to low return on investment and high customer acquisition cost, right? As I said, businesses spend heavily on their Instagram ads, and even if they try to grow organically, they are going to spend a lot of money in the production, or let's say user generated content, right? So solution is implement strategies to enhance return on investment, reduce CAC by leveraging Instagram as an e-commerce platform. Because let's say if a brand A is trying to sell a product on Instagram and showing ads, the user still will have to go to that brand's website through some CTA to make that purchase, right? So we are suggesting a solution wherein we say implement strategies to enhance return on investment, reduce CAC by leveraging Instagram as an e-commerce platform, providing businesses with better reachability to their audience, post engagement, right? And enabling them to conduct live commerce within the Instagram ecosystem. Okay. So now if you see the problem statement, so first is from the business perspective for those brands, right? And second would be again the user's perspective. What is their problem statement, right? They're not able to make any purchases even if they discover it. So these are the two problem statements at a high level which we want to define and solve for it, right? So if I have to put the key pain points just to keep everyone aware about what we are trying to achieve. So I'm going to define my pain points and areas of improvements where I can improve, right? So now I'm coming to level 2 of defining the problem statement, right? So first is limited exploration. Pain point is Instagram lacks a dedicated section for product exploration, hindering users' ability to discover new brands and products, right? So what is happening here is, if as a user, if I go to Instagram, there is no specific section or a feature where I can explore other brands. Okay. If I am like bashed with n number of ads, then only I will be able to explore. So what I am suggesting is introduce a new section with Instagram dedicated to product discovery. Okay. So this will help them explore wide range of products and brands. Okay. Second would be lack of e-commerce platform, as we have already mentioned. So this is level 2. I'm just like sort of putting things in a micro level. So first is limited to exploration. Second is lack of e-commerce platform. User faces challenges in making purchases directly within Instagram, resulting in disjointed buying experience. As I said, they will have to go to that brand's website to make a purchase. So implement an e-commerce functionality within Instagram to facilitate seamless transaction, allowing users to complete purchases without leaving the platform. This is what we are trying to achieve. Okay. Third is limited reachability for businesses. So as we have already discussed, businesses struggle to maintain engagement with their audience after initial interaction, right? So impacting their ability to drive conversions. Conversions are already very low. And if the users don't engage with it, so they are wasting their money. And if there is an engagement, they are still not able to convert. So this is a vicious circle for any brand or any business. So we are saying provide businesses with enhanced reachability to their audience post engagement, enabling them to foster ongoing relations and drive conversions effectively. Okay. So they should be able to reach to these customers through this section in itself, even if they don't follow, right? If they have interacted with that specific post, you should build a feature which will help brands to again sort of resume that interaction which they already had with the user, right? And fourth will be the absence of live commerce platform, right? On a high level, if you understand, the businesses lack a platform within Instagram to conduct live commerce, limiting to their ability to showcase products and drive sales in real time. This is nothing but an e-commerce platform within Instagram. Okay. So What we are suggesting, again, introduce features for live commerce within Instagram, allowing businesses to engage with their audience in real time and facilitate direct purchases during live sessions, right? So these are high level problem statements. It might sound these are very much similar, but if you understand, the first is about the exploration, second is about there is no e-commerce platform within Instagram. For businesses, there is no sort of a feature wherein they can resume their resume their engagement which user has done earlier, right, onto their content. And fourth will be, again, they can't do this in real time. The user will always have to go to their website and make their purchases, and even if there is a new launch on Instagram, the users will not be able to know about it. So in a nutshell, if you look at a problem statement, there are two problem statements, from the user's perspective and from the business perspective. So this we are going to solve. I know this is sort of a lengthy to understand the problem statement, but it is going to be moreover same, but just putting it out onto a paper will help you just manage it well or build a product feature in a better way, right? So coming to the third point, which is building a solution. Okay, so if you have to build a feature around it, so we are going to talk about Instacart platform, e-commerce platform, advertisement platform. So this is a solution which we are trying to propose, and certainly let's break down the potential features and functionalities for each segment. So Instacart as a platform, first is these are the features, right? These are the solutions which we are trying to propose. Okay, so first will be explore and discover. So user can, I will just take you through all these pointers because I have already written them down. So first is explore and discover. Users can seamlessly explore and discover products from their favorite brands directly within Instagram. Okay. Second is product showcase. Brands can showcase their products through visually appealing images and videos on their Instagram profiles. Okay. Third is personalized recommendation. Utilize Instagram's data to provide personalized product recommendation based on user interest and interaction. Fourth is save for later. Users can save products which they are already doing it, they are interested in for later purchases, and creating a wish list or a shopping list within Instagram. So all these features which we are trying to do is nothing but an e-commerce within an Instagram platform, which we are calling Instacart. Okay. Fifth is in-app purchases experience. I should be able to make an in-app purchases, so enabling users to make purchases directly within the Instagram app without needing to navigate to an external website, which I have already mentioned, right? This is a solution building, right? Sixth is there should be an easy checkout process. So streamlined checkout process with integrated payment options, making it convenient for the users to complete their purchases, right? Without payments, it is useless. Seventh is order tracking. Once I made the purchase, I should be able to provide order tracking and delivery updates, just like any e-commerce, within the Instagram itself, keeping users informed about the status of their purchases, right? So here, the last would be the customer support integration, because users might face any sort of an issue at any user stage. And if you don't have a customer support integrated within your flow, the users are going to find themselves helpless. Okay. So seamless integration with customer support channels for any queries or assistance regarding the purchase you should have. So this is, let's say, top level 8 features I want to build as an Instacart product. Okay. So first is explore and discover. Second is product showcase. I should be able to showcase the product. Third is personalized recommendations. Fourth is save for later. So I should have a wish list sort of a thing. Fifth is in-app purchases experiences. Sixth is easy checkout process. Seventh is order tracking. And eighth is of course customer support integration. So this is what we are trying to achieve as an outcome. Okay, and there will be an e-commerce platform. So this is nothing but a business side of a product. So we need to give an e-commerce platform to the businesses, the brands, which, so basically if you go onto Instagram, you will find that you can either create your account as a business account or as a personal account, right? So this is a business side of it. But for this case study, wireframing and designs and so everything, I am going to keep the scope only for Instacart. Okay, but if you can go ahead and try this as an exercise for e-commerce platform. What e-commerce platform does is, first is there should be a catalog management, right? For any businesses who are going to put their products on Instagram. So businesses can easily manage their product catalog within Instagram, including adding new products, updating prices, and managing inventory. There should be a product catalog management for a business. So this is one of the features for e-commerce platform for businesses, right? Without this, they will not be able to showcase anything on Instacart. You can consider this to be a backend for a business, right? Second will be add to cart functionality, right? Users can add products to their cart directly from Instagram post or product pages, right? So add to cart functionality should be there, just like any e-commerce. There should be cart management. Third, right? Users can view and manage their cart, edit quantities, remove items before proceeding to checkout, right? So when the users are actually interacting or doing the cart management, it will interact with your database, it will interact with your inventory, how much is available, what sort of quantities one user can actually purchase at one time. There could be n number of conditions which can be put to cart management. Fourth is payment integration. As we have already said, seamless integration should be there with different payment gateways. So in the back end, as a business, you will have to integrate different payment gateways, right? Fifth is order fulfillment. Businesses receive orders directly within Instagram and can manage order fulfillment, including packaging and shipping. Once they receive it, they need to ship it, pack it and ship it, right? So the order fulfillment feature should be there. So as an e-commerce platform for businesses, these are top level features they should have. So as a product manager, while you are building Instacart as a platform, you also need to build e-commerce as a platform. So you can take this up as an exercise. Okay, let me complete this. Sixth is inventory management. Real-time inventory tracking, as I said, to ensure accurate product availability, right? And prevent overselling. Seventh is promotions and discounts. There could be a lot of other discounts which you will be offering to your users, right? So there should be an option for businesses to promote any product or from their brand and offer different discounts, right? So that they can sell more, right? So this is nothing but to incentivize purchases. Okay. Eighth will be customer reviews and ratings. As we had customer support integration here, we should also have a customer reviews and ratings. Allow customers to leave reviews and ratings for products, fostering trust and credibility, right? So this is also a feature. So these features are also on the back end, and also these are plug and play sort of a modules which they can enable and put this on Instagram. For example, 8 would be customer reviews and rating, right? Once they enable, so user will be able to give the rating to the brand for that purchase they have made, right? So this collectively will of course make a platform, right? So Instacart as a platform and e-commerce as a platform, right? But considering Instagram, it acts as an advertisement platform, right? So for businesses, you will have to offer this feature. So first is targeted audience, right? So for the targeted audience, you need to do a targeted advertising. So businesses can create targeted ad campaigns to reach specific demographics, interests and behaviors of Instagram users. So I believe these features are already available with Instagram, but I'm just putting it out here. So Second would be customizable ad formats. So be it photos, videos, carousel, stories, there should be customizable ad formats which Instagram would need to offer to their users, right? Then third would be performance analytics. It is nothing but provide detailed analytics and insights on ad performances, including impressions, clicks, conversions, and return on investment, right? So how many purchases, for example, that product has made based on the amount of money they have put in as a budget for running the ad. They should be able to schedule the ad. There should be an insight on the demographic of the audience. There could be creative tools, like built-in creative tools just to edit their content or their design, right? Seventh would be call to action buttons. I should be able to add any call to action button just to engage more, or maybe redirect users to any platform within Instagram or outside of Instagram, right? So let's say a shop now or learn more or book now button I should have on the creative which I'm putting on Instagram. And it will be, of course, budget optimization. Budget optimization is a very crucial part. It has it should work as an automated budget optimization to ensure efficient spending and maximize the impact of ad campaigns, right? So here, as a business, you would not want to spend more money and you need to optimize your ads. And to optimize those ads, you need to keep monitoring the impact of ads which is having on your business outcome, which is nothing but the purchases made through your brand account, or let's say your whatever ads you are putting in, right? So this three major segments are acting as a business solution which we are offering within Instacart by Instagram. Okay, so as a product manager, you will have to think of these three aspects. Again, first from the user's perspective, and these two second from the users as well as business perspective. You can't just say that I will build this feature because this is great for my users. No, your users are also the businesses, because most of your money comes from businesses, right? Because users don't pay you. So considering everything, now that you have built a solution, you will get an understanding of it once I jump onto the wireframing part of it. But let's stick to this as of now, right? So first three steps, I'll just get you revised. You have done a research analysis. You have identified a problem that you need an e-commerce within Instagram, right? You have understood the user's perspective and you have understood the business perspective of it. Why do we need it, right? Based on that, now you have created a solution which has three major segments, and you as an Instacart, you will have to build three platforms, right? Instacart platform, e-commerce platform, and advertisement platform. This impacts users as well as businesses. Okay, so this is a larger case study, but this is what a product manager's job look like. Okay, now coming to the point,